Hello, this is Thomas Donald Jacobs for Paperboys on Thursdays, and today's topic is traveling while trans. I have run into issues while traveling internationally, uh, all related to three things: packing and binding, medication, and documentation. So, first, packing and binding. It hasn't happened everywhere, but I know from experience that for some reason, my binder before I had top surgery and my packer throughout have always set off the body scanners in UK uh, border security. I have no idea why that should be. So, when I was pre top surgery, I still wore a binder, um, but stopped wearing a packer. And that was purely because, you know, my dysphoria was so bad, traveling without a binder was not happening. Um, when it comes to my packer, I can get by without a packer. So if I'm going to the UK, I don't pack. I don't want to have to give explanations or get groped there um, while I'm traveling. When it comes to medication, for the Sustanon, I never had an issue. My syringes went into my suitcase, and my medication went into my carry on. I was only ever called out once on that, and I showed them the copy of the prescription from my doctor, um, made out to me, presented my ID, and had no issues after that. The Nebido, however, is different. I cannot administer that shot myself. That has to be administered by a doctor or a nurse, um, simply because of the nature of the shot and where it has to be placed. So there are 4 days a year that I just have to be in Belgium. Sometimes that's a little irritating, but frankly, that is better than taking it with me and hoping that I can find some place where I can get my shot administered if I'm traveling without too much hassle. And I don't want to do it. It might be possible, but I'm not up for that. It's easier just to make sure that I'm in the country for those 4 days. And if I have to jiggle my shot schedule a little bit, usually move it up by a week or a couple of days. That's not a big deal for Nebido. So that's how I deal with that. And then when it comes to the paperwork, that's where I kind of screwed up. I did not rush to get my US passport updated when Ding and Dong got into the White House. So, got my Belgian passport, which I had to get Belgian citizenship for, obviously, to do my name change out of country. Um, that was a longer process than what I had expected. And then by the time all of that was arranged, I was just so worn out from doing paperwork. I thought I'll give it a break for a bit, and I shouldn't have. I should have ran to the U.S. Embassy and gotten my U.S. passport changed off the back of that, like I was supposed to. And unfortunately, I just didn't manage to do it. And now, despite having followed the instructions that I was given, used the doctor's letter template that I was provided with. My application was handed back to me. So I cannot travel in or out of the United States as a U.S. citizen with anything other than my U.S. passport. And that is all U.S. citizens. It doesn't matter if you have dual nationality and another passport that is more up to date. You have to use the U.S. passport by law. I do not care to set myself up to be harassed by someone with a room temp IQ working border security. Just ain't interested in doing it. So, for the time being, until I can get that changed, I simply won't travel to the US. That's probably something that you should always consider when you are traveling as trans. Are there certain places that you might just be better off avoiding? Certainly, there are some places that I won't travel to simply because I'm a little too gay. Or I would not travel there with, a male partner. Just one of those things that you should think about. So that was it for this week, and I will see you next week. Bye.